She say Moody, won't you spend it all on me? Come and spend it all on me. Moody, why you apply that P? Why you always pleasing? Tell the bartenders put it all on me. Tell them all drinks on me. For real, why they tryna ball like me? Whole floor they wanna talk like me. Damn, in this career, I'm about to fuck up the whole mood. Say he poppin' this shit, but don't fly you out. Buy you them bags and them shoes. Get off your chest, little mama. Get on his ass. Don't let him fuck up the mood. See, get you a nigga like me.
Welcome to B's Corner, product of The Milkman, and my name is Brian, aka B, and I'm here today to introduce myself because this is my first episode of B's Corner, and I just want to let everybody know a little bit about me as I do these podcasts. So I'm gonna give y'all some info about me and what I've been through, I guess, the last year and this year. I did some research about myself, about my family, that I should have done a long time ago. That I, always wonder why I'm looking for people that ain't looking for me. But my grandmother would always tell me, you need to find your dad. You need to find your dad. And my mom told me that I had siblings, before she passed away in 2009. Miss you, Mom. Lord, God rest your soul. But, we, as kids growing up, we always desired to have a mother and father, in one household, but sometimes that doesn't happen that way. And I grew up without a mother and a father, basically. Well, without a father. My mother was there in and out. My grandmother was there for me and my other three siblings with my mom, my sisters with my mom. We all grew up together. So it was four of us. I had three older sisters and myself growing up. So, my grandmother would always tell me as I get older, as I was getting older, you need to find your dad, And I'm not going to look for a motherfucker ain't looking for me. You know what I'm saying? That was my attitude, just poor attitude. But it's an attitude I shouldn't have had. I should have just did what she asked me to do, But, being a young black man and trying to find myself, I didn't. So last year I went into looking. So I decided to do Ancestry DNA because I heard a lot of people do, been doing DNA and finding, a lot of things. So I grew up without my father. I met him one time back in 1982. So I'm 52 now. So when he came to pick me up, I was about 12, I believe. Michael Jackson Thriller had just came out. You know what I'm saying? So, it was exciting. You had the, the Thriller. Everybody did that. But I had the black and red Thriller jacket, he had bought for me. And it was good to have. It was exciting. I really wasn't a talker back then. I didn't talk. I was really quiet. And I sucked my thumb a lot. That was my comfort growing up as the only male in my family and not having that role model. And I was real shy, really shy. So I was taken to get the jacket, and then I was taken to my grandmother's house that I met one time. Met her that one time, and I was introduced to her. I was introduced to my aunts and uncles that I met that one time. Never seen them since. But I do remember my grandmother's in a wheelchair, I believe. And she told me that I look like my uncles. And, even my aunt said that. I remember all this. This was a long time ago, but I remember that part. And so then, I guess that was his way of taking me by there and seeing if I was his child. I guess that's what they called the DNA test back then, to see if it was okay. But he took me back home, and that was the last time I seen him. So fast forward, my grandmother, like I said, would tell me, I need to look for my grandmother as I got older. As time passed, and now I have children, and I have 5 children, ranging from 30 about to be 32 to 13. So I had to do this not just for me. I did it for my kids. It wasn't just for me. It was for my kids. But, you know, it was a little relief. And I found out that I had 5 siblings with at the end of this process. But let me finish the process. So I did the DNA test. You know, they send you the kit. You know, they take your saliva, you spit in this little tube, and they send it back. And it takes about maybe 2 to 3 weeks before you get the results back. So within that time, you know, I was doing some researching about, you know, my grandmother's side and, you know, finding out who people was back in the day, you know, 1800s and all that, where you come from. And, you know, I found out all that stuff. So as that DNA is being processed, I'm doing the research and everything. So I get a message. I can't remember if I messaged him first because I know it came up because you go in there and you do the DNA match. So when they tell you get your results back, you go in and do the DNA match. So I went in and did the DNA match, and it said J Flowers popped up at the top, him only. And then it had my first cousins going down after that. And so I can't remember if I messaged him. I think I messaged him first. And then he messaged me back because he noticed he went on Ancestry also. So I messaged him and, you know, I was like, hey, I see we have we're really close family. It says close family here on Ancestry, you know, and I'm just trying to find out, you know, if you know who my father, his name was Robert. And I'll get back to that because my brother just brought this to my attention. I never thought about it. All these years, I never thought about this. And that's sad. But anyway, so he was like, I don't know no Robert, you know, and all that. And he said, but, you know, we are really close. And, you know, I introduced myself and we conversated a little bit and went back and forth. And, you know, and then I was just like, this is kind of weird, you know what I'm saying? And so I basically I stopped messaging for a minute. He messaged me this year. And then this how it all picked back up because that was at the end of the year last year. I think I stopped messaging, whatever. So it was getting a little weird. So he messaged me this year and he said, hey, I know we hadn't talked in a while, blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, I know. So I went, he said, hey, why don't we do this GED match? And I was like, GED match? What is that? He said, they do the same thing, you know, DNA, blah, blah. They do all that. So I said, okay, I'll do the the GED match. Let's see what happened, you know what I'm saying? So as I'm doing the GED match, you know, because you can take your DNA from Ancestry and download it to the GED match, and then it takes about 2 or 3 days before you get the results back. But as I was waiting on that, I'm looking at how close we were, and I found out I'm a part of African descent, which y'all can see. I'm 34% Nigerian, 16% Cameroon, Congo, and Western Bantu people, 14% Mali, 9% Ivory Coast and Ghana, and it goes down the list. It goes, all the way down. It gets different nationality. So, you know, it's just a blend of all kind of DNA, just different backgrounds. But it was cool, you know, to find that out, that I'm 34% Nigerian. So I waited a couple of days for the GED match. So the GED match came back, you know what I'm saying? So it came back, and I pulled it up, looked at it, and at the top again, it says J Flowers. And so you can go in and look to see, you know, how close you are. And so I went in and, you know, our chromosomes were like matched perfectly, you know, all that good stuff. And so he was like, he seen that because he could see it on his side too. So he was like, "Hey, little brother," and I'm like, yeah, I guess I am, little brother. I mean, you know, this is getting kind of weird, but I can't deny DNA. You know, I tried, but DNA doesn't lie. And so, you know, I have to get comfortable with, now I know who this side of the, you know, I know someone on this side of my dad's side. You know what I'm saying? I have a brother. I have an older brother. And then I found out as we were talking that I have an older sister, a middle brother, another sister, an older sister, and a sister that we're about the same age. We're the same age, basically. I'm 3 months older than her, but she don't want to accept that. So because I, you know, growing up, I was like, I got siblings. Shoot, I'm going to be a big brother, blah, blah, blah. You know, and I wanted to be a big brother. I thought I was going to be a big brother. Well, I'm not. That's the messed up part. It kind of crushed my spirit because I want to be a big brother. You know, I've always been the little brother. Man, I'm still a little brother. But I have one sibling that's 3 months younger than me. So I am a big brother. But she don't like that. So she want to call us twins. So I let her have that. I let her have that twin side. You know, she was crushing my spirit about me being a big brother. And I let her have that. But in my heart, I know I'm a big brother. Whether she like it or not. But anyway, back to the process and finding out who is who. So we're talking and everything, and he said, "Hey, my brother Tobias want to talk to you, want to meet you." I was like, "Okay, cool. You know, I don't have a problem with that." And so me and Tobias, we finally got together on the phone and was conversating. And great guy, great dude. You know, I mean, it's starting to kind of, you know, get to me a little, you know, get to me as emotionally. Like, I really have other family, you know, that I knew nothing about after 52 years. It kind of hurts because I missed out on a lot of time and opportunity to spend time to get to know them and growing up with them. But now, you know, life isn't ended, so I got to do as much as I can now before, you know, I leave this earth with my other siblings and my other, you know, my sisters, my other sisters. You know, we all need to get together and just try to make the best of everything before we all depart, and get to really know them and love them like they should, you know, like I should as brothers and sisters. So I talked to Tobias. Get back to that. I was getting a little emotional, but I'm gonna leave that alone. So get back to Tobias. You know, we conversated for a very long time. So we've been, ever since then, we've been cool. I'll check on him, he'll check on me. And, you know, that's just kind of like, I guess you say brotherly love, you know what I'm saying? You know, he was like, man, we gotta get together, you know, and go places and all this. And, you know, I'm like, hell yeah, you know, I'm with that. You know what I'm saying? I get to hang out with my real brothers, because I have a lot of brothers. Been calling my brothers for years. I grew up with. They still my brothers regardless. That I've been knowing ever since I was 5, 6, 7, 8 years old. We've been knowing each other for so long. They're my brothers, but I actually have blood brothers for the first time in my life, and it's a cool feeling to know. You know what I'm saying? And I love them to death. I can say that from just the little reaction and them looking for me, because they were actually looking for me. Come to find out, and now we found each other, you know. So I have my brother Tobias, you know, me and him are cool. And then I got to meet my other 2 sisters, or 3 sisters actually, my other 3 sisters, because I have a sister that's older than all of us. I'm not gonna say her age, but she's older than all of us. And then I have the other 2 sisters I met that I finally got to talk to. I haven't got to really talk to Gail yet. I've talked to Vaughn. Gail is cool. You know, she got a lot of jokes. she put them in. She slide them in every now and then, but they don't be knowing who they messing with. But anyway, so I got to talk to them. We did 3-way, me, Tobias, and Vaughn, and then at the time we did the 3-way, Gail was I think in Japan or something, but she did chime in at one point. It was pretty cool. So we talked for a very long time, just like we been knowing each other for a while, having good conversation, joking and laughing, and they was crushing my dreams of being a big brother, but it was okay. I knew it was out of love, but that's been my journey, and I'm still going through that journey. You know what I'm saying? And I will keep y'all posted on how everything turned out, because we've only got to talk on the phone. We haven't had the opportunity to basically meet each other. So we're waiting to meet each other at some point. You know what I'm saying? So when we do meet each other, we're gonna do a podcast. We're gonna do this podcast. I'm gonna have to bring him on the podcast, or do it at that time when we do meet, because it's interesting. A lot of people don't understand the importance of knowing who your family is, because there's a lot of mixing and mingling of people that are related, and I just feel that's kind of weird and not right, and I think it's a good thing to do the DNA test to find out your family and who's, because it's a lot of men out here don't know their fathers, a lot of men out here don't know their mothers, women the same, and it's hard growing up without a mother and a father, and trying to become an adult yourself. I kind of wish I could, cut through the adulting office sometime, but it doesn't stop. You know what I'm saying? The older you get and you got kids, you got to grow up at some point. I try not to, because I have a sense of humor. I like to joke around, play, even though I'm getting older. A lot of ailments coming. Well, not ailments. I'm going to say all the years, I played football for a very long time, ever since I was 5 until I was about 27. I was good, ran track and played basketball in high school. I was good at those things. I had an opportunity to go, I went to the University of Arkansas for a little bit. That didn't work out. I ended up leaving the University of Arkansas. Tried to go other places, that none of that worked out. So I basically started playing like a semi-pro football league that kind of developed around in my 20s. And I did that for a little bit, and then I ended up getting my knee injured and missing an opportunity to try out with the Cleveland Browns back then. But, he has his plans. I can't, deny that he has other plans for me. I just haven't figured them all the way out yet, but I know what I'm doing now is right. Being a father, providing, helping my kids grow up to be good adults, be productive, things like that, as a father should do. And I'm still learning how to be a father. I didn't have that role model in my life to teach me how to be a father, but with the grace of God, I think I'm doing okay. I don't know. I have to ask my kids. I have to see what they have to say. So I have to bring them on here and we'll sit here and talk about that and see what they have to say. But, I finally got the opportunity to find out who I am on my dad's side. Well, my people on my dad's side. And I'm gonna get to find out. I get to travel now because I got places I can go. And I get to meet other parts of the Flowers. That's their last name. I finally, guess you could say I got my Flowers. You know what I'm saying? So I get to meet my Flowers there in Seattle. And I get to, I've always wanted to go to Seattle, so I'm going to get to travel up there and see Seattle for the first time. That's where my oldest brother is. Then my middle brother, Tobias, because Jonathan's in Washington. Tobias is in Nashville, so I get to visit Nashville, never visit there. My other two sisters in Dallas, that's where I'm from. So that's just going back home and seeing everybody that I've missed out all these years. I haven't been home in a while. So I need to try to take some time off and get up there and see everybody, and then get to traveling and seeing my other side of family for the first time. My oldest brother was telling me that he was telling people about me, and he said they're excited to meet me, so we'll see. I'll keep y'all updated on that. You know, it might be a few months, but we'll get back to it. You know what I'm saying? I don't plan on not doing my podcast anymore, so this is mine. B's Corner. It's me, B, Brian, with an I. Don't spell my name with a Y, or we're going to have a problem. But, so, yeah, this is my first episode. I hope y'all enjoyed my story. I will be telling more. I'm not going to end this right now. Let's do this. Let's do this. Because I didn't tell y'all about my father that I found out. And I think I need to tell this. So, I asked about my father. You know, I asked, was he still alive? He's not alive anymore. And I never got to meet him, which is not, you know, it hurts, but it is what it is. But I did find out one thing. And the reason why I call my podcast B's Corner, product of the milkman, because my dad was a milkman. Yeah. I get to be the butt of that joke, but it's funny to me. I don't mind being the product of a milkman. Let me tell you why, because the milkman produced something very special. And that's, you know, I'm one of those special gifts that he produced. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, being a product of a milkman, it's not a bad thing. You know, I think I did very well for myself. I've been through a lot. You know, I can say that. Been through a lot in life. I had a lot of downs and a lot of, you know, I had some ups, you know, and right now I'm up. So I can't be mad. I can't be upset. I think I'm doing very well for myself. So, like I said, the product from Milkman, I'm going to take this thing places, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't bother me at all. You know, I just hate I didn't get to meet him. Get to see, you know, him live, but I got a picture of him, and you get to see the picture. I guess, you know, knowing these things now and just thinking, you know, my mom told me my father's name was Robert, and my brother Tobias brought this up the other day. Because I mentioned my mom's name. Her name is Roberta. And he was like, did you ever think that she said his name was Robert because her name is Roberta without the A is Robert? All these years, I never thought about that. And I was like, you know what? I wouldn't put that past my mom. That's probably why she did call him Robert. Because she was my dad. But his name is Oscar. Oscar Flowers. That's not, you know what I'm saying? That's just weird to me. That's crazy my mom would do that. But, you know, that's my mom. You know, that's the way she was. She liked to joke. That was a long joke. A very long joke. I never thought about it at all, you know. And if you think about it, Robert, Roberta, that is funny. I can laugh about it. Because it's funny to me. But yeah, he brought that to my attention the other day, and I never thought about that. Never crossed my mind. So yeah, that's funny. You got me, Mom. I can say that. You got me. But it's okay. I found him. You told me to, you know, you told me to look for him. You just didn't tell me his name. Oh, man. He probably told you his name was Robert. Hell, ain't no telling. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So my grandmother is her name is Cynthia, but we call her Dear. She's 92. So I told her about that I found my brothers and sisters, and she was so happy because she's always wanted me to find them. And I told her I finally found them, and she was really excited. She's excited to get to see them and meet them. But like she said, let's take it one day at a time because we're not guaranteed the next day, which is true. But I'm glad she's happy. She was happy for me, and I'm glad I made her happy by doing what she asked me to do for the first time. But anyway, yeah, so I get to tell y'all a little bit more about my life and all the things I've been through in other episodes of the podcast, because I will share some things. Until then, you guys have a blessed day. Holler at me later. I holler back. Send me messages. Follow me on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram.
Don't ask me if we made it, your eyes closed the whole time. You asking if I'm faded, said I'm tweaking, shit, I'm fine. Eyes on the finish line, ballin' like prime time. These niggas wanna hate, they tryna knock me off my shine. Got bands, I'm dipping. No, I ain't got the time. Living full of liquor. I'm outside with my hitters. Just throw the bed, I'm tripping. Back in the kitchen whipping. Me and my aunt, we chillin'. Had to wash them dishes. Free my nigga, they trippin'. Paid all my tuition. I'm a smart ass nigga, yeah. That's what it is. Badass bitch, she fuck with me. Her couch full of my kids. She know I rock out. It slipped out, she put it in. She know I pay to win. No, I don't pay the trick. I make magic simple. Nah, this ain't no trick. Ooh, that nigga he slick. This ain't tech, but they know he is. Ooh, baby, know that I'm a rock star. I be popping my shit. I want a foreign car passenger, a foreign bitch. See the roof and see the stars. They know I'm the shit. They know I go hard.